Hello friends, now in this lecture we'll see some more questions on exponents. So here is the very first question. Simplify simplify q raised to 3 minus 7q raised to 3 minus 7q multiplied by q raised to 6 minus 2q upon q raised to 2q into q raised to 9 minus 2q. Okay, we have to simplify this expression raised to 1 upon 9. Okay, so let us see how to simplify this solution. So q raised, see here I can apply the product law. So this will become q raised to 3 minus 7q plus 6 minus 2q. Similarly, I can apply the product law in the denominator as well. So this will become q raised to 2q plus 9 minus 2q raised to 1 upon 9. So next step I can say here I can add to 6 plus 3 9 and minus 2q minus 7q, that will give me q raised to 9 minus 9q divided by here minus 2q plus 2q will cancel out, so q raised to 9. Now here I can apply the quotient law. So this gives me q raised to 9 minus 9q minus 9, and there is definitely raised to 1 upon 9. Okay, so this minus 9 plus 9 will cancel out, and here I will get q raised to minus 9q, q raised to minus 9q raised to 1 upon q, q raised to minus 9q raised to 1 upon 9. Okay, so now this will become q raised to minus 9q into upon 9 by applying the power. So I will get q raised to minus q. So I can say this is my final answer, or 1 upon q raised to q is my final answer. Okay, this is my final answer. Please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, let us see the next question. Okay, that was question number 1. Now we'll see question number 2. Again there we have to simplify. Bit different question is there. So let us see question number 2. Simplify simplify 5 multiplied by 81 raised to n plus 1 minus 3 raised to 4n plus 5 divided by 3 multiplied by 3 raised to 3 raised to 4n plus 81 raised to n. Okay, so let us see how to simplify this. See, if you observe here, this can be written as 3 raised to something, that is 81 is 3 raised to 4. This is there already we have 3 raised to something. Here again we have 3 raised to something, and again 81 can be written as 3 raised to 4. That means all the terms in the numerator and the denominator can be expressed in the form of the powers of 3. So we'll start with that only. 81 is 3 raised to 4 n plus 1 minus 3 raised to 4n plus 5 divided by 3 raised to 3 into 3 raised to 4n plus 3 raised to 4 raised to n. Okay, now here I'll apply the power law. That means I will multiply the power. So I will get 5 multiplied by 3 raised to 4n plus 4 minus 3 raised to 4n multiplied by 3 raised to 5. Okay, here actually I applied the product law in the reverse direction. Product law says x raised to m into x raised to n is equal to x raised to m plus n. So I applied law in this direction. X raised to m plus n is equal to x raised to m multiplied by x raised to n. Okay, so and why I am doing so? Because you can see 3 raised to 4n is over here, 3 raised to 4n is over here, as well as over here, as well as over here. So take this 3 raised to 4n common. Here if I apply the power law, I will get 3 raised to 4n. Okay, here again I can write 5 multiplied by 3 raised to 4n into 3 raised to 4 minus 3 raised to 4n multiplied by 3 raised to 5 divided by 3 multiplied by 3 raised to 4n plus 3 raised to 4n. Okay, now I can take 3 raised to 4n common from the numerator as well as from the denominator. Okay, you can see 3 raised to 4n in first term, in second term, okay, as well as in denominator in first term and the second term. Here I can say with 3 raised to 4n I have 1 in the multiplication, 1 is always there. So from the numerator I am taking 3 raised to 4n common, so I will left with 5 multiplied by 3 raised to 4 3 raised to 5 divided by, here again I can take 3 raised to 4 and common, so I will left with 3 1. Okay, so in next step this 3 raised to 4 and 3 raised to 4n will cancel out. Now again from the numerator I can take 3 raised to 4 common, so I will left with 5 minus 3, and in the denominator I have 3 plus 1 4. Now 3 raised to 4 is 81 multiplied by 2, 5 minus 3 is 2 divided by 4. So my final answer is, if I cancel this 2 and 4, final answer is 81 upon 2. This is my final answer, simplified form of the given expression. So note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see one more question of the similar type. Next question. Again here you have to simplify. Question is 2 raised to n plus 1, 2 raised to n plus 4 actually, minus 3 multiplied by 2 raised to n plus 1 whole divided by 2 raised to n plus 1 multiplied by 5. It is almost similar to the previous sum. So let us see how to simplify this. So in the previous sum it was 3 raised to n that was able to take common. Here we can take 2 raised to n, and there is nothing need to take common because 2 raised to n is only in the denominator. So here I will write 2 raised to n into 2 raised to 4 minus 3 multiplied by 2 raised to n multiplied by 2 raised to 1 whole divided by 2 raised to n into 2 raised to 1 into 5. Now 2 raised to n can be taken common. So here I will get 2 raised to 4 minus 3 multiplied by 2 divided by 2 raised to n into 2 into 5. So this I can cancel out directly, 2 raised to n and 2 raised to n. Now here 16 minus 6, and in the denominator I have 10. So this is almost done. 16 minus 6 is 10 divided by 10. So my final answer is 1. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now see the next question. Now see some different type of questions. Okay, again we have to simplify, or we can say evaluate. Okay, so very first question, this is question number 4th, that is simplify x raised to a b minus c upon x raised to b a minus c divided by x raised to b upon x raised to c whole raised to c, x raised to b upon x raised to a whole raised to c. Okay, so you have to simplify this. So it's not that much difficult actually, just you have to follow the laws of exponent. So here first we'll open the bracket, that means multiply these term, and then we'll apply the quotient law. Okay, here x raised to m upon x raised to n, so I can say x raised to m minus n, but before that it will be easy if I open the bracket, if I multiply these. So here first step, x raised to ab minus ac divided by x raised to ba minus bc divided by. Now here I can apply one law. Which law? The law is, if I have x upon y raised to m, then I can write x raised to m upon x raised to n. That means this power will come on both the terms. So in the similar way, here I can write x raised to b raised to c upon x raised to a raised to c. Now here I will apply the quotient law. So that gives me x raised to ab minus ac. Now this term I will take in the numerator, so this will become negative, that is ba minus bc. Okay, divided by. Now here again I can apply the quotient law, but before that I should apply here power law. power to power, so this will become x raised to bc upon x raised to ac. Okay, now here I will open the bracket, so what I will get, x raised to ab minus ac minus ba plus bc. Now here again I can apply the product law. There are so many ways to solve this further. First thing, I can convert this division sign into multiplication sign by interchanging the numerator and the denominator, or I can directly apply the quotient law, but my advice is that first convert this division sign into multiplication sign by reciprocating this term. So this will become x raised to ac upon x raised to bc. Now here if you observe, this is minus ab plus ab, this will cancel out. So here I will get x raised to minus ac plus bc, minus ac plus bc multiplied by x raised to ac. Now if I apply the quotient law, this will become minus bc, isn't it? X raised to ac minus x raised to b. So now here I can apply the product law. I can add the power, so x raised to minus ac plus ac minus bc. So ultimately I will get out with plus ac, this plus bc will cancel out this minus bc, so ultimately x raised to 0, which is equal to 1. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Again we have to simplify only, so simplify x raised to a plus b raised to 2 into x raised to b plus c raised to 2 into x raised to c plus a into 2 divided by x raised to a, x raised to b, x raised to c raised to 4. Simplify exponent only, so okay, so first of all here we can apply the power law, because there is a power and then again power. So according to that, this will become x raised to 2 into a plus b multiplied by x raised to 2 into b plus c then multiplied by x raised to 2 into c plus a whole divided by, now here again power law is there, so I can write x raised to 4a into x raised to 4b into x raised to 4c. Okay, here I am using this law actually. If you remember, xy raised to n is equal to x raised to m multiplied by y raised to m. That means power will come on the each and every term. So this will become x raised to 4a into x raised to 4b into x raised to 4c. Okay, now here I'll multiply this, so x raised to 2a plus 2b into x raised to 2b plus 2c into x raised to 2c plus 2a divided by, here I can apply the product law, so this will become x raised to 4a plus 4b plus 4c. Now over here bases are same, so again I can apply the product law. So here I can write in next step x raised to 2a plus 2b plus 2b plus 2c plus 2c plus 2a whole divided by x raised to 4a plus 4b plus c. Now here if you observe, there is 2 times 2a, there is 2 times 2b and 2 times 2c. That means if I add these terms, I will get x raised to 4a, x raised to 4a plus 4b plus 4c whole divided by again x raised to 4a plus 4b plus 4c. So ultimately here I will get 1. I can do it by two ways. Simply first thing I can say the numerator and the denominators are same, so they will cancel out each other. Or another way, if I apply the quotient law, this 4a, 4b, 4c when comes in the numerator becomes minus 4a, minus 4b, minus 4c, and plus 4a will cancel with minus 4a, plus 4b will cancel out with minus 4b, similarly plus 4c will cancel out with minus 4c, and here I will get x raised to 0, which is ultimately equal to 1. So this is my final answer. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next. Question number 6. Again we have to simplify only. X raised to a upon x raised to b raised to a plus b into x raised to b upon x raised to c raised to b plus c into x raised to c upon x raised to a raised to c plus a. Okay, so let us see how to solve this. Okay, the very first thing that I can do, two things can be done. Either I apply the power law directly, apply the power law. So think for a while, you have to solve this, then we'll see its solution. Okay, so first I will apply the quotient law over here. So this will become x raised to a minus b, and this power a plus b remains as it is. Over here, x raised to b minus c as it is, and over here b plus c. Then x raised to c minus a as it is, that means similarly as I here got x raised to a minus b, here x raised to b minus c, here I will get x raised to c minus c and raised to c plus a. Okay, so now next, see here first I applied the quotient law, now I can apply the power law. So this will become x raised to a minus b into a plus b multiplied by x raised to b minus c multiplied by b plus c into x raised to c minus a multiplied by c plus a by applying the power law. Now next, see here you can multiply term to term, that is the one thing, but you should remember the identity. Here it is a minus b, a plus b, product of difference and sum. Okay, product of difference and sum. So this will become x raised to a square minus b square into x raised to b square minus c square into x raised to c square minus a square. Now ultimately here I can see the bases are same, so I can add the powers. X raised to a square minus b square plus b square minus c square plus c square minus a square. So x raised to, see, minus b square plus b square minus c square plus c square minus a square plus a square, that is x raised to 0. So my final answer is 1, because we know x raised to 0 is equal to 1. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, let us see the next question. Question number 7th. Simplify. X raised to a upon x raised to b raised to a square plus b square plus ab multiplied by x raised to b upon x raised to c raised to b square plus c square plus bc into x raised to c upon x raised to a raised to c square plus a square plus ac. Okay, so the very first thing that should come in your mind, that here I can apply the quotient law as we did in the previous question. So this will become x raised to a minus b raised to a square plus b square plus ab into x raised to b minus c, x raised to b minus c raised to b square plus c square plus bc multiplied by x raised to c minus a raised to c square plus a square plus ac. Okay, that is the very first thing that I can do. That means I applied the quotient law in 3 terms. Now in next term I will apply the product law, sorry, power law, a minus b multiplied by this. So x raised to a minus b multiplied by a square plus b square plus ab into x raised to b minus c multiplied by b square plus c square plus bc into x raised to c minus a multiplied by c square plus a square plus ac. Okay, simply I applied the power law. Now next, now here I have to multiply these two. See, however, this is an identity, a minus b, a square plus b square plus ab. This is the identity of a cube minus b cube. But even though if you are not ready with the identity, then what you can do, you can simplify this by multiplication in this way. See, I have to multiply a minus b, a square plus b square plus ab. So if I multiply, let us see what we will get. A multiplied by a square, that is a cube, then a multiplied with b square, that is plus ab square, then a multiplied with this term, that is plus a square b. Okay, then this minus b multiplied with a, that is minus b a square. So I am writing over here minus b a square. And I intentionally wrote below this so that you can see these two terms are like terms with opposite sign, minus b a square. Now next, minus b into b square, that is minus b cube. Okay, and finally when I multiply this, I will get minus b into ab, that is minus ab square. Okay, so this plus a square b minus a square b plus ab square minus ab square. So I will left with a cube minus b cube. So here I can write x raised to a cube minus b cube. Similarly, this gives me x raised to b cube minus c cube. And finally, that third term gives me x raised to c cube minus a cube. Okay. So if you remember the identity, it will save your time. Otherwise you have to show these multiplication every time. Now after this, now I can apply the product law. So x raised to a cube minus b cube plus b cube minus c cube plus c cube minus a cube. So minus a cube with plus b cube, minus b cube plus b cube minus c cube plus c cube. So ultimately here I will get x raised to 0, that is equal to 1. So this is my final answer. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, next is again definitely you have to simplify question number 8. It is 1 upon, okay, simplify, a little bit lengthy that expression. So this is, you have to simplify only 1 upon 1 plus x raised to b minus a plus x raised to b minus c, b minus a then c minus a, plus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to a minus b plus x raised to c minus b, plus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to b minus c plus x raised to a minus c. Okay, you have to simplify this. So now here directly it is not possible to apply any law, but on at this step I can apply. See, this is x raised to b minus a, so that can be written as x raised to b upon x raised to a. Similarly, this can be written as x raised to c upon x raised to a, and x raised to a upon x raised to b, and so on. So very first thing that I will do, that I apply these laws over here. So very first step, 1 upon 1 plus x raised to b upon x raised to a plus x raised to c upon x raised to a, plus I can apply the same thing over here, 1 upon 1 plus x raised to a upon x raised to b plus x raised to c upon x raised to b, plus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to b upon x raised to c. Okay, I am applying the same thing in each and every steps. So here this will be the second step. Okay, I simply applied the quotient law in each and every term in the denominator wherever it was applicable. Now see, here it is 1 plus x raised to b upon x raised to a, x raised to c upon x raised to a. So I have to add these three terms. So it is something like that I have to add 1 plus b upon a, c upon a. So if I have to add these, either I have to take LCM or I have to make the denominators same. So here if I write a upon a, then I can write a plus b plus c upon a. In the similar way, here I have 1 plus x raised to b upon x raised to a plus x raised to c upon x raised to a. Now to add these, either I take LCM x raised to a or I make it x raised to a upon x raised to a. So ultimately, after taking LCM or making the denominators same, I can write here x raised to a plus x raised to b plus x raised to c upon x raised to a. This I can replace at the denominator of the first term. Okay, and almost similarly we have the second term. Here you can see denominator x raised to a, here denominator will become x raised to b, and over here x raised to c. So next step that I can write is 1 upon x raised to a plus x raised to b plus x raised to c upon x raised to a plus 1 upon x raised to b plus x raised to a plus x raised to c upon x raised to b. Okay, plus 1 upon x raised to c plus x raised to b plus x raised to a upon x raised to c. Okay, this is almost done. Now actually I have something like this, 1 upon a plus b plus c upon a. So this a actually will come over here. Okay, try to understand in this way. I have 1 upon a plus b plus c upon a. That means I have 1 upon 1 divided by a plus b plus c upon a, isn't it? 1 divided by this. So if I convert this sign, I will get 1 into a upon a plus b plus c. In short, I say simply this denominator will come in the numerator. Now that thing I have to apply in these three terms. So here x raised to a will come in the numerator. So x raised to a and in the denominator, here I have x raised to a upon x raised to a plus x raised to b plus x raised to c plus again this numerator will come over there. So x raised to b upon x raised to c. Now here you can see we have x raised to a, then x raised to b, then x raised to c. Here again we have x raised to a as well as x raised to b as well as x raised to c, and all three are in addition. Similarly we have x raised to a, then x raised to b, then x raised to c. That means all three terms are there. Only thing is their order is not in alphabetic order. Okay, here we have first x raised to b, then x raised to a, and then x raised to c. So I do write these terms in the order. That means here I write x raised to a plus x raised to b. Okay, in the numerator it will be x raised to b, in the denominator x raised to a plus x raised to b plus x raised to c, plus here again I will get x raised to c divided by x raised to a plus x raised to b plus x raised to c. Okay, so x raised to a upon this. Now if you observe again over here the denominators are already same. So this can be actually written as x raised to a plus x raised to b plus x raised to c divided by x raised to a plus x raised to b raised to c, which is ultimately equal to 1. So my answer is 1. Okay, again I'm explaining here denominators are same, so numerator simply I'll add the numerators. Now here you can see numerator and denominator are equal, so we'll cancel them, so we'll get 1. It is not that I'm cancelling x raised to a with this whole denominator is being cancelled with this complete numerator. So ultimately my final answer is a, sorry 1. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Next question number 9th. Simplify x raised to a plus b upon x raised to c raised to a minus b multiplied by x raised to b plus c upon x raised to a raised to b minus c. X raised to c plus a upon x raised to b raised to c minus a. Okay, so let us see its solution. Okay, you have to follow the same thing. So first thing that I can do over here, first I will apply the quotient law. So this will become x raised to a plus b minus c raised to a minus b into x raised to b plus c minus a into b minus c. Okay, multiplied by x raised to c plus a minus b raised to c minus a. Okay, actually here I applied two laws simultaneously. I applied the quotient law as well as I applied the product law. Okay, here actually I should write something like this, b minus c, and over here I should write in this way for your better understanding. Okay, this is the one way. Another way we can do that, I can write x raised to a plus b raised to a minus b divided by x raised to c. That means first I can apply this law, x upon y raised to m is equal to x raised to m upon x raised to n. But here I applied the quotient law first. So now next thing that I have to multiply these terms. So the next step, it is x raised to a plus b minus c into a minus b, then x raised to b plus c minus a into b minus c, then x raised to c plus a minus b into c minus a. Now here there isn't any identity that we can apply. So here actually what we have to do, we have to multiply term to term, but still we can use a small trick which can save our time. See, actually what you have to do, you have to multiply this a minus b with all these three terms. So what I am doing, I am multiplying this a minus b with this and this. So I do write in this way, x raised to a plus b into a minus b minus c into a minus b. Okay, I took a minus b with this and I multiplied this a minus b with c. Okay, similarly over here, x raised to b plus c into b minus c minus a b minus c into x raised to c plus a into c minus a minus c minus a. Okay, now next here actually it is a minus b. Now here I can apply this identity directly, a square minus b square. So here I will get x raised to a square minus b square, and over here minus AC plus BC into x raised to B square minus C square minus AB plus AC into x raised to C square minus A square minus BC plus BA. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then we'll see it is almost done. 2 steps are left, but note it down up to this point, then we'll see its further solution. Okay, so now in next step I'll apply the product law. So here I will get, therefore x raised to A square minus B square minus AC plus BC plus B square minus C square minus AB plus AC plus C square minus A square minus BC plus BA. So almost, not almost, actually every term will cancel out each other. So plus A square, here I have minus A square, minus B square plus B square, then minus AC plus AC plus BC minus BC minus C square plus C square minus AB plus AB. All terms will cancel out, so x raised to 0. So my final answer is 1. Okay, so note it down, this remaining solution, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, question number 10th. Again you have to simplify. X raised to A upon x raised to B, abth root of x raised to A upon x raised to B, then bcth root of x raised to B upon x raised to C. Similarly, here we have AC and x raised to C upon x raised to A. Okay, so first of all I will convert C. This is the, as I told you in the notes, this is actually x raised to 1 upon n, read as nth root of x. Similarly, here this is 1, here it is AB, so actually power will become 1 upon AB. So this will become x raised to A upon x raised to B raised to 1 upon AB into x raised to B upon x raised to C raised to 1 upon BC into x raised to C upon x raised to A raised to 1 upon AC. So first of all, I converted this root sign, or this is known as surd in the form of power. So 1 upon AB, 1 upon BC, 1 upon AC. Now after this, now I can apply the quotient law. Okay, so this will become x raised to A minus B raised to 1 upon AB into x raised to B minus C raised to 1 upon BC into x raised to C minus A raised to 1 upon AC. Okay, quotient law. Now I'll apply the power law, power to power. So this will become x raised to A minus B multiplied by 1 upon AB, x raised to B minus C multiplied by 1 upon BC into x raised to C minus A multiplied by 1 upon AC. Okay, so now this actually becomes x raised to A minus B upon AB into x raised to B minus C upon BC into x raised to C minus A upon AC. Okay, now definitely I can apply the product law, but before that I will simplify this. So first of all, note it down, then we'll see it further solution. Okay, now last two steps. See, now further I can write this is x raised to A upon AB minus B upon AB into x raised to B upon BC minus C upon BC into x raised to C upon AC minus A upon AC. Okay, on further simplifying, here I can cancel A and A, so I get x raised to 1 upon B minus 1 upon A into x raised to B and B I can cancel, so 1 upon C minus 1 upon B. And similarly here I can cancel C and C, so x raised to 1 upon A minus 1 upon C. Now I can apply the power law. So that gives me x raised to 1 upon B minus 1 upon A plus 1 upon C minus 1 upon B plus 1 upon A minus 1 upon C. So ultimately here x raised to C plus 1 upon B minus 1 upon B minus 1 upon A plus 1 upon A plus 1 upon C minus 1 upon C. So x raised to 0, that is equal to 1. So please note it down, this remaining solution. So that is all about this lecture as well as this chapter. Now in next lecture we'll meet with new chapter. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at home.